Like, I feel that in my soul.
Hi, Connor. How are you?
Hey, Foreign, good things in you.
Yeah, good, good. Last night I just wake up in the middle of my sleep. I look
Yeah,
at the, I look at my phone. I saw gold hitting 2084.
yeah, no, it's crazy, crazy stuff. I think that was a gap up at open. Um, because yeah, some brokers are sitting up at 84. Here on TradingView, we're only sitting at, we only went up to 2067. But we've had a very nice pullback. We filled the gap essentially, and we're finding support right here. So, um, sorry guys, I just want to get into the breakdown very quickly, because I'm basically wanting to take bars off of this support that we're forming here. We can see the data from FOMC yesterday is essentially driving more demand into gold. So the press conference was kind of all over the place. I was doing my very best to try and dissect what was going on, but to me it was all over the place. There were some hawkish statements from Jerome Powell, but on the other hand, there were also some dovish statements. There were also questions about the banking sector, recessions, and I feel like obviously markets prefer the dovish sentiment. If you look at the stock market, it will always take the dovish sentiment over um, the hawkish sentiment. Although yesterday we actually had a move down on the stock market, which is kind of just saying to me that maybe the uncertainty, just pure economic uncertainty right now, is holding more weight. So we saw outflows on the stock market and demand in gold. So we had a massive move up here at market open yesterday, and we've had a very nice pullback to come and essentially create a bottom wick for the daily, or fill the gap if you had a gap on your broker, and now closing bullish on the hourly, forming a nice support right here, coming perfectly into pre-London. Got a nice setup here. I'm anticipating some nice volume on the break of previous hourly highs. Previous 4 hour was bearish, but I can't take too much away from that. Just looking at the sentiment, we didn't engulf the previous 4 hour candle. Going based off the hourly here, like I say, we've got a very nice support formed. So even if we do, get involved in these bars, and let's say the 4 hour is actually wanting to drive down, I do believe we could at least get a top wick to 2050. So we could use that as a break-even point. But I'm seeing movements back up to the highs here. So that would be the idea behind today's trades. I could only really adapt to sells. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think if you were to look for sells, I'd probably want that tap into 2050 first, and then come back down and break below 2040. If we just have a look at the DXY, where is the DXY? We are coming back into that 101 area, but overall just very soft. Yesterday closed bearish, of course. Obviously I could see demand stepping back in these areas, but right now, yeah, I've got a pretty weak dollar here, which obviously would support the idea of gold bars. If we are breaking below 101 on the dollar or DXY, then we'll probably see a nice continuation back up to the highs here. On the other hand, if we find support in this area, we could see reversals on gold, further pullbacks. But I would think that in order for us to really see strong rejections from these highs, we would probably need some really good data for the dollar, which would be tomorrow for NFP. Right now we don't have that. I could easily see us at least moving back up to the highs here around 2060, and then maybe we just range there a little bit, coming up to NFP tomorrow. So right here, we've got a nice bottom wick on the hourly. What I was looking at as well was this resistance on the 15-minute at 20.43. So your previous 15 closed bearish, but still respecting that level. I know we've broken previous 15-minute lows, but keep in mind it's a new 4-hour candle as well. We could get a steeper bottom wick, as long as we are respecting previous hourly lows. We don't even need to necessarily respect those lows. We could come back down to all the way down here and still see these moves up. But I would anticipate, based off the hourly candle here, if we break previous hourly highs, I'm anticipating volume to come in. So I'm actually going to have buy stops on the break of previous hourly highs right now. I like the bottom wick that we've got. Quite happy with that. So let's say buy stops 20.45.7. Stop loss below previous 30-minute lows for about 30 pips at 20.42.5. I will have a look at GJ shortly, but keep in mind I'm not taking trades on GJ before London session open. So I really like what I'm seeing on gold. Just want to get these orders set, everybody sorted. So with some of the pre-London trades in the past week, I've really been focusing on these trades a lot and trying to take away some lessons when I'm finding it's going wrong. And one of the things that I've disregarded in the losing trades is actually a setup on the lower time frame, because I just pay attention to what the 4 hour is doing. Today the 4 hour isn't really giving the confirmations I want to see, but the 8 hour is certainly bullish still, with the wick to fill. And here we've got a nice support formed coming into this pre-London time, where we generally are seeing volume. So once we break those highs, I'm anticipating that volume to come in, because even when I've been wrong, that volume is quite reliable. It'll still tend to come in. I like that we've got a little bit of a push down here, created that bottom wick. Have a quick look at GJ. So GJ here, as per the weekly analysis, was looking for pullbacks into 169. We've tapped that level quite nicely. Found a bit of support here. You can see the 4-hour closed bullish off of that level. Your daily is obviously bearish here, but keep in mind how bullish we are on the higher time frame. Just because your daily candle is bearish doesn't mean that you want to just blindly start selling. Obviously, we could see lower time frame sells here. Could see deeper pullbacks to like 167, 750 still. But overall, I really would like to stick to the buys based off the higher time frame, based off us holding this key level 169. Yen index also just had deeper pullbacks, retesting this previous key area and starting to shift bearish again. So we do have resistance at 169.350 here, and above there you do have quite nice clean traffic. Now, like I say, I like to wait for London open when it comes to GJ. That setup is very nice. If you find us closing above that level, it looks pretty good. Buys above 169.850, also very safe, or even safer. And then the safest buys would be above 174.60. So I don't mind if I don't get in the initial move. I'm just going to be patient here on GJ. What I could even see is if we do break above here pre-London, what we've seen time and time again is the breakout pre-London on GJ just doesn't have enough volume to sustain the move. So we could end up breaking back in the range, or still come back down to 169 at London open, grab some more liquidity before moving up. So I would rather be waiting for London open. You could potentially even scale in and look for entries of 169. I do think you'll be safer taking it on the breakout of this range above 169.350. But overall, I just want to be patient here on GJ. I think we are looking very nice. Don't want to mess it up because the timing's wrong. Yeah, we did trade FOMC news. I wonder if anyone in the community actually didn't move their stop and held. So I'll show you the trade that was taken. Pretty disappointing day on FOMC, I won't lie. So bars were taken about here and had stops below these lows. Nice, right? And then what happened was once we broke this 30-minute high, that 8:30 candle, so your next 30-minute, once it broke previous candle highs, right there, I moved the stop loss in. I moved the stop loss in to below these lows at 2019.2. You can see it didn't even tap that level on TradingView, but on my broker it just took me out. How sad is that? That's trading. Fuck. But you know what? There was pretty low volume in and around that time. So I'm glad that I managed risk the way I did. And then just taking some lessons away from it. Last year, we were seeing such nice volume come off the press conference. So far, late last year and early this year, we're not really seeing that same kind of volume with FOMC. Obviously, it depends on the day. If you know, the press conference is more neutral than anything. Obviously, you're going to have lower volume. But I mean, like I say, last year, it would just come out, press conference would start, and we would fly up on gold. You're not seeing that same kind of volume. And moving forward, I think it'll be safer to actually wait for 9 o'clock. Wait for the hourly candle to close. So yeah, that's that. But obviously, yeah, today just looking for the continuation. It's a new day, new opportunities. $15-minute candle, no top wick. Not too concerned about that. That could just indicate volume coming in. Bar stops are in a good place here on the break of previous hourly highs.
Also on my breaker, we've literally pulled back to fill that wick to the T.
What do you mean?
Well, to fill the gap at
Yeah.
2038.5. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, nah, perfectly. It's very nice that we came back to fill that gap. And just the current price action forming a very clean support on the hourly flip. It looks really nice. This is a money setup. TP 5,000. Jared, how's that?
Now, that's what I like to see. But I think for this example, we also have to put some stars there. Sort of you.
So as soon as we break previous hourly highs, I'll be in bias here. Stop loss below the previous 30-minute lows at 2042.5. risk to reward ratio 1,561,000. Your stream system has an echo today.
It sounds fine on both my YouTube and Zoom.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not too sure what that could be or how I could fix it. But I'm just gonna lock in here, focus on the trade, and then we'll see if we can organize that later. Spread has widened here a little bit. Don't open Zoom and YouTube at the same time. Kinda have to. Got the guys on Zoom from the memberships. So we haven't broken previous hourly highs just yet. No, she's not a member. Yeah, sorry. Previous 15 with no top wick. Obviously now, you know, sometimes that's something we look at. So we are coming back down, creating a steeper bottom wick on the current 15. We'll see how deep we pull back. We may have to adjust the stop loss. But overall, this idea is based off a break of previous hourly highs. So we never broke previous hourly highs just yet. And the idea is still very much valid. As long as this 30-minute candle closes, even if it closes a weak bearish candle, I'm fine with that. Just don't really want to see us closing back below 2043. Morning, Ned. What's up? And look what we're seeing on GJ. 15-minute candle closed above resistance. Not enough volume to continue up. Even if I were looking at that, I would never have gotten in. I would have been looking for the bar stop on the break of the high. But, you know, this is something that I've been caught by before. Just GJ generally not having that volume coming into pre-London. So very nice sort of intricacy that we've noticed here on the stream time and time again. And like I say, he could come back down to 169 now. We'll see how we react there. Could potentially grab liquidity to still move up. Otherwise, if we're breaking below 169, still think safer sells would be below 168, 800 only. JPY bank holiday. Oh, that's true, eh? But still, this is pretty normal GJ movement. I would expect London session to still potentially bring some movement, but I mean, if I get activated here on gold, I'd be pretty happy with one trade for the day, for the session. Looking good. Got 2 minutes for the 30-minute closure. Guys, I'm gonna go boil my kettle quickly. I'll be back very quick if we get activated, don't worry. Alright, so 30-minute candle closed, bearish, but like I say, I'm still happy if we are closing above 2043. So keep in mind, it's still very early into the 4 hour. This could have just been our bottom wick for the 4 hour. Even the hourly. So obviously, trade's not active yet. Once we break these highs, I'll be in. I've just put this position here so you could see where I would have my stop loss and everything. If we do get a push down, we break below the planned stop loss, then I'll just reassess. Trade idea will still be valid on the hourly time frame here. I don't know how I feel about this thing being in. How's that with the mark volume? I turned the sensitivity down because someone said there was an echo.
Bro, I honestly think it sounds good. Really.
Probably see on the lower time frame, yeah, we're just ranging right now. Flipping back bullish on the hourly. Yeah, we should be looking good here once we break those previous highs. No worries, Critter. Money setup, that's the one. 5-minute close nice and bullish. Are we going to see this volume come in? DXY here looking still extremely weak. Breaking lows there. We are going to move into 101 now shortly. So obviously we don't really want to see strong reactions off of this area. In fact, if we broke below 101, could anticipate a lot of upside volume here on gold. So we created a steeper top wick on the current 30, but flipping back bearish. If it breaks its own lows, we could easily get a deeper move down here. Maybe another tap into 2040. And if that's the case, obviously the stop loss will be a little bit bigger. So if we do break that initial planned stop loss level, I may even just delete the buy stops here and reassess. On the 15-minute, this is looking like a possible fake out. But for sells here, I wouldn't really be in a rush to get into sells unless you are breaking below 2039. Even then, You're really bullish right now. Maybe if dollar's tapping 101 and we're seeing signs of rejection, we can adapt to the sells below 2039. Would be nice to see the 15-minute closing bullish here. Got 2 minutes. She's like listening. I would have liked to have seen the volume coming in on this hourly candle. We've only got 15 minutes until this hourly candle closes. So far, not a whole lot of volume pre-London. So like I say, if we break that planned stop loss level, I'll delete the buy stops, reassess, maybe even wait for London open. This essentially could be our new level of resistance here on the 30 minutes at 2044. This thing is bright. I didn't sleep long enough last night. I was up late for FOMC.
Yeah, this is one of those mornings with discipline, how to get you out of bed.
Yeah, no, listen. And it was quite cold this morning, yeah. And also, we're starting the stream at 7. Like 6 o'clock still feels early, but the thing is, if I've only got an hour before stream, I still have to do breakdowns for members. I have to schedule the stream and everything. So I'm lying there in bed at 6. I'm like, oh, it's still so early. And I told myself, nah, fuck, I don't really have that much time to lie around. Like, kind of got to get up now.
Yeah. No, I feel I was also up like that time, and I was like, oh, let me just my trick is literally just jumping out of bed. Like
Yeah.
don't even give yourself time to sit there and consider like, oh, 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
Yeah, because then you're just asking for trouble.
No. Just bro, it's like those people that they can set like 50 alarms, bro, and they snooze every single one of them. I don't know how they do it, bro.
That's actually me, Jared. Oh, and
Really,
that is
bro?
me. Yeah.
No, man.
I've gotten better though.
Yeah.
Gotten better. But no, I'm terrible with alarms.
Yeah, where the one person's alarm in the house wakes up the whole house except for the person that sets it.
Literally.
Yeah. But other thing, like once I'm awake, I'm awake. There's no snoozing or going back to sleep quickly. It's like, okay, yeah, you can lie here, but you're definitely not going back to bed.
Yeah, I wish I had that. Like I said, I've gotten better. I've discovered that trick of just jumping out of bed. Like, don't even give yourself a chance.
Yeah. You must do this once if you want to put some hair on your chest.
Pardon?
You must do this once if you want to put some hair on your chest.
What's that? Drink whiskey.
You must wait. No, you must wake up and then go jump in the pool.
I've been jumping in the pool.
Really?
Fucking
As you wake up
freezing.
in the morning, so dude.
No. Not when I wake up. Not yet.
Jeez.
Building myself up. But yeah, I swam yesterday. I swam before the FOMC stream. Just to wake up a little bit.
So I'm not the biggest fan of swimming, but if I really want to kick, then I go have a cold shower.
Yeah. No, I don't enjoy the swimming. I just jump in, like, for the effects of the cold.
That like shock, yeah.
Yeah. Because the pool is colder than the shower. At this point, it's way colder. At least it feels colder.
Oh no, it definitely is. Like showers don't get that cold. I think you just get so cold because you usually, you're warm in a jacket or jersey or you have clothes on, and then, that like instant changeover. You know what I mean? But I don't actually think they're that cold.
Yeah, no, I don't think showers are that cold. It's just like, I know me personally, obviously I'm used to a warm shower. So when I jump in the shower, I'm like anticipating, nice warm water. And then if I'm having a cold shower, it's just like, it's uncomfortable. And I think that's what a lot of people obviously experience as well. They get used to that, like, comfort.
I don't know if you actually get used to cold showers. Like, how you're used to a warm shower. Like, you get in and it's nice. I don't know if you get used to a cold shower like that. Or if it's always like, oh my goodness, this is terrible.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, if
From my experience,
like,
it's been pretty difficult to get used to it.
Yeah, let me have some fun and go have a cold shower. You know what I mean?
Okay, my kettle is boiled. It's 10 minutes here for the hourly candle close. It looks like we are failing to break lower here on the lower time frames. If the 5-minute close is bullish, maybe we start to move up. But so far pretty low volume. Still got my buy stops in. I'll leave them in for now. But yeah, let me go make some coffee. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so we have broken below that planned stop loss area, and we've got about 7 minutes until the hourly candle close. So I'm going to delete bar stops here. Wait for the hourly candle close. We have formed resistance here on the 30-minute now. So it would be ideal to see us closing above that level of resistance at 2044. Okay, so based off the hourly, obviously the bar stops on the break of previous highs were based on that previous hourly closing bullish. So far the trade idea is still valid here, but with 5 minutes to go, this hourly is probably going to close bearish. So then we just need to be patient, like I say, wait for a closure back above 2044. GJ, nothing going on here.
What's wrong, bro?
Pardon?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
What's wrong?
No, nothing.
Must have misheard you.
Yeah, just with GJ, there's nothing really going on. Gold, I mean, now we're just ranging basically. NFP this Friday, yes sir. It is. So obviously today, we would like to see those continuations from the FOMC move. But with NFP tomorrow, maybe we don't really see that volume we're looking for today. We'll see. Maybe we even correct some of the FOMC move. But I don't want to be too hasty with the sells. Three minutes to go. We got Euro interest rates today as well at 2:15. Obviously, just be aware this could bring some volatility even to, you know, gold. Even though it's not a euro pair, could still bring some volatility. So be aware of that. Got unemployment claims at 2:30. And then yeah, tomorrow NFP. Next week we also have CPI for the dollar. So that's going to be a very interesting one. Especially with the areas we're sitting at here on gold, these all-time highs basically.
I was just going to say that we could actually see some crazy movements off these all-time highs, or just continue this bull run. Because it's obviously uncharted territory. So, you know, there's no direct plan on how to trade price that's never been touched before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, if we're breaking above the highs at like 2070, it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Nobody knows how to swim in uncharted waters there.
Yeah, I remember we had that whole discussion the other day. I would rather see us come back down. Because then we've got price action to work with. Also, just the fact that if gold is creating new highs, it's just quite a scary thought. It shows it's a sign of the times. You know, the last time we were at these price points was either during the initial lockdown and pandemic, or during the initial escalations of the Russian-Ukraine war. Now we're sitting back here, like, we're just holding this area actually a lot better than those previous events. It's very interesting. Like I say, just quite a scary thought.
Have you been reading into the debt ceiling?
I saw something the other day about it. Yeah, it's quite interesting that the government's going to run out of money, basically.
Yeah. Apparently they're going to run out of money by June 1st.
Yeah, I heard that. Don't know what to
We've
think
got
of that.
Zimbabwe on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in a very tight spot.
But when they do run out of money, you can best believe you're going to get Wimsaro crypto trader. Wimsaro Bitcoin to 200k. You know, all those Instagrams popping up.
That could be a reason Bitcoin actually takes off again. Definitely. Yeah, that could definitely be a reason Bitcoin takes off again. So maybe waiting here for a bullish 15-minute candle close. The previous hourly was bearish. But overall, I mean, we're just in a range basically here on the 30-minute. If we had engulfed that previous hourly candle and closed below 2040, then I could have potentially been a little bit more aggressive with sell ideas. But right now we're still in a range, and I could still see us tapping into like 2040 and even moving up still. So far, not too much going on. Jared, do you want to play a 3-minute game?
Yeah, I'm down there. Ready for a hiding, eh?
No, I'm not. I need to log in. Jeez, my rating is... Oh, are you actually catching up here in rating?
Yeah. No, dude, I always have these stupid dips, bro. Like, I'll get to like 520, 530, and then all of a sudden, bro, I have a streak of just losing, dude. And then I get frustrated, so I want to play more. It's literally like overtrade.
Yeah, it is. Because I think the more games you play, your decision making gets worse.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Even Levy says, like, don't play so many games. Play less games and analyze your games.
Trade review.
Trade review, basically. Journal your games.
Hey, Levy, yeah. That's a character.
New here, what's your bias on GJ? Good morning, welcome. Still pretty bullish. I could see deeper pullbacks. Higher time frame, you're bullish. But like I said, I could see deeper pullbacks still. And I could take advantage of the sells potentially below 168.8. But I would really like these buyers to come back in here after retesting this key level 169. We've had a very nice deep pullback already. 169, like I say, very nice key level there. Personally, I'm just waiting for London Open. What a mess. I think I'm just out of practice. I haven't been playing enough chess. Unless you're just getting good, Jared.
No, you probably haven't played for a while.
Mm. Jeez. Tom. Fuck no. Your 3 minute
Did you
is
go
hard.
analyze our did you go analyze our percentages? What did we get
We don't worry about me.
there?
Played like ass, me.
Ah,
I know
Dude, you
that.
did so much. You know, man, you got 60. Wait, is that mine or yours?
I was black.
Were
51.
you black? Okay.
Yeah, fuck.
53.
Nah, no, sure, you're
Literally
getting
mine
better, dude.
says, mine says for you, you got 53.5 and I got 68.4. I don't know why it's different on your side.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe I've got a stronger
Uh,
engine. Or a weaker engine, I don't know. Maybe it's your stockfish. Must be
Just listen to
stockfish.
this guy. There's no insider chess going on here. Yeah, but I think it was over when you didn't realize you sacked your rook in the corner.
Yeah, nah. There were a few blunders there.
Just because as somebody like sacks a rook or big piece of equipment like that, bro, then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm trading queens here. Like we're gonna fight to the end game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that is a pretty good way to go about it. If you up material, sack the queen, because flip queens can get tricky.
yeah.
Those bitches are dangerous.
No, it's just this is the Chaka game, man. But you and I were very conservative in the opening, eh? Like
Hey,
neither
me.
of us wanted to initiate. No,
Oh,
both of
yeah,
us. Neither
yeah.
of us wanted to initiate the like start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the first attack,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
My openings are terrible. I need to work on openings.
Yeah. I must admit I struggle more in like end games and stuff because oftentimes when that clock is running, bro, I get flustered, dude, and then I'm like, okay, shit, you know.
Yeah, no, now, like, with the time, it was hectic.
Yeah. Because when your clock was running, you had a couple moves that I was like, shit, I'm just gonna gamble it. So hopefully he doesn't see. and then you didn't end up taking. But you also spoke to that guy for a little bit on GJ, so that was also it.
See, GJ is moving up here. This could be nice come London Open. Be closing bullish on the hourly. You do have about 45 minutes though, so we'll see what happens here. Dollar's still moving down, so let's see what gold does as we move into the support. If we show signs of rejection, if not, if we're breaking below the support area, we could see further downside. But not too interested in the sales right now.
That hairline's holding steady.
Yeah, I had a dream that my hair was long again, like it was in school. And I woke up, I was like, fuck, I need to get a haircut.
Actually, yesterday somebody saw me for the first time in a while, and they're like, "Yeah, man, where's your hair?" And I was like, "Dude, you don't understand how amazing this haircut is. Having no hair is the way, bro, or very short hair."
Have you gone for a trim? Or you still growing your hair?
Remember I went and got a trim, and then I sent you a photo of the fed.
Oh, flip, yeah.
Yeah, no, I doubt I'm gonna grow it out, dude. I've fallen in love with this hairstyle, dude. I don't miss the faffing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't miss
exactly.
being in the mirror trying to make it look neat, and you have to buy everything under the sun to hold it still.
Yeah, it's just a pain.
Soon I'm gonna be like old Zuckerberg and just buy like 10 of the same outfit and then just live my life that way. Just but people think that you're smelly, yeah. If you wear the same outfit every single day, they're like, yeah, bro.
As long as it's actually not the same and you've just got like 10 different pairs of the same outfit, then it's fine. As long as you're wearing clean clothes.
No,
you can be forgiven.
Would, like, imagine at gym if you see the same oak in the same clothes at the same time every single day. you'd surely assume like, this guy's just wearing it. So he's not going over and washing it. So. Because you're already sweating and others, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'd be like, yeah.
I swear there's guys at my gym like that.
No, there's one bro at my gym that wears the same t-shirt every single day. But I've said hopefully he's just got 7 of them.
Just GJ was looking nice on the hourly there, but obviously, you know, you need these closures. So you saw how that candle was looking so bullish, moving into that resistance. You were looking good at that point to, you know, maybe continue up. But what would have really given you confirmations is if you're closing above here. We never closed above, so we just came into that level, rejected. Still got about 40 minutes until London Open. So far, not really anything happening here. So we'll see what London Open brings.
Hopefully London brings the heat. So.
Should do, bro. It really should. I'm surprised there wasn't anything going on pre-London here, but I mean, there was a big move through Asian. I mean, just market open was 300 pips or so.
Ridiculous.
I mean, you say on your broker it went to 280.
On my broker?
Check mine. Yeah.
No, I didn't say it went to 280.
Oh.
Let me check. I said there was a gap at oh fuck, I didn't delete my buy stop.
My broker went to 277. That's 380 pips.
Okay. No, yeah, mine went to 279.7. 279.59. But then there was a gap at 2038.4 to about 2041.4. So now it's 20 pip gap there. 20, 30 pips. Well, bro, that would have been funny if I checked this afternoon. I'm like, huh? How should I take a loss? Or how should I take a win? And then I'm like, oh shit.
Imagine we're sitting back up at 2070. What? 250 pips.
Yeah, calling the boys to retire.
It's actually terrible we make those jokes, because how could you even retire, even if you're using 100 lot and you got 250 pips? $250,000, I don't think that's nearly enough to retire on.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Maybe if we're using like 10,000 lots, cool, then we're looking at retirement.
But I think, dude, I don't think I'll ever stop, like, I don't have that dream of like, okay, one day I'm going to stop working and sit on a beach somewhere. You know what I mean? I always want something cooking, something bringing new income. You know, like I don't want just to be like, oh, at 65, that's me. I'm done. You know, like never going to earn another rand or never going to do anything else. Like,
yeah, I agree. I think that sense of purpose obviously keeps you going. To retire, sit and do nothing, it's probably miserable.
That ages you. Like I've seen with some.
That's how you age,
yeah. Like it's literally they retire and then sure they age very quickly. The grandparent passes away, and then the other one shortly afterwards, bro. Like that whole sense of purpose just isn't there, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, even if you start like, you know, you don't necessarily have to, you know, like, do something extravagant, but even if you just say to yourself, like, you're going to go flip and volunteer at an animal shelter 3 days a week, or, you know, it's just something to wake up and just, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a tough situation here on gold. I mean, after tapping into those highs, obviously we've seen some profit taking. We've pulled back about 300 pips here. Basically opened up with a gap for the daily candle. So we came back, filled that gap. We're now creating a bit of a bottom wick for the daily candle. I could still see upside, but at the same time, you know, obviously we just have to be patient and wait for those bars to set up. I don't want to get impulsive with the sales off of this rejection, when clearly right now the sentiment is still holding weight. Unless we see strength coming back into the dollar here. But yeah, right now dollar's soft. Could still see more demand in gold. We'll have to see what happens at London Open. But I'm really not interested in the sells here right now. I think safer sells will be below the lows from like FOMC, although then you're back in that range. Really, I want to see some new structure to start looking for sells.
I'd say betting against this uptrend is going to be tough. You know, you are going to see the moves down. You are going to see, you know, candles pull back, but you want to essentially be putting yourself in the highest probability, and that's obviously setting yourself up with the trend. So waiting for that instruction is a good shout.
Yeah, I mean, I could see us moving further down here, especially if the hourly ends up closing like bearish like this below support. But yeah, I don't really want to be betting against this overall trend right now. We've still got NFP tomorrow. Look, it's a big week, and the week's certainly not done. So we just got to be patient. Wait for price to set up as per your plan. Don't rush into anything. GJ tapping back into 169. Like I say, I could see myself adapting to sells below 168.8. So we'll see what happens here on GJ. Just in, Trump releases video statement in response to Biden's just announced 2024 re-election campaign. So what does that mean? Power sell.
I was just about to say, is that bullish or bearish?
I don't think that's going to hold too much weight in the markets. Oh, I don't know what he said, obviously. I'll go and watch it after the stream.
But I mean, even it's probably just politics, bro. Politics for
Hmm.
themselves don't move markets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, that's actually, just to speak about it, but that's actually something that I must admit I used to do when I first got into trading. It may not necessarily be in your case, Pat, I'm just saying in general, is let's say, for example, I'm in a buy, then I'd go and look for stuff on investing.com that like confirms my bias. Now I'm like, holding onto this like 2-week-old flipping article that was probably written by somebody in their boxes at midnight. And then I'd be like, yo, this random guy on the internet said that, we're heading for tough times and inflation's getting bad. And then late in the day when I'm in a sell, then I go and look for like an optimistic article. Like you really can't get too carried away in that. Like unless it's breaking news or folders or something like that. Like you really, really can't marry that bias. You just blindly look for things to support the bias.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You got to stay objective. You have to learn to see things from your own perspective. Because if you're just going based off what everyone else is saying, it's just going to be tough, man. You need to learn to be independent. I actually told one of the members the other day with the streams and that, sometimes he'll take one of the trades we take on stream, and maybe on that particular day it's a loss. But then the day he doesn't take a trade and it's a win, then he feels frustrated. And one of the things I said to him is, I want him to develop his own playbook. He must have his own setups that he's willing to take, and setups that obviously he doesn't want to take. He's identified them as lower probability. And then when he sees us taking a trade on stream, if it's not his setup, then he mustn't take it. And even if it's a win, then that's just how probability is playing out. And he can't be frustrated at that point, because as long as he stuck to his rules, he did the right things. If obviously there's a trade we take that has the same setup, then sure, then you can look to take that position. But you need to build that independence. And when you're going based off other people's views and opinions, you don't understand their biases, you don't understand their perspective fully, and you can tend to get lost.
Very true. And I mean, even if you've got a similar bias, but you don't agree necessarily with the setup, in the sense of like, let's say we take an impulse with 5 minutes to go into the 15 close, and we just hold off for the 15 close. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sure, you may get in a few pips higher or a few pips lower, for example, but you need to agree with the trade, because as soon as we go into drawdown, we accept the drawdown. We know why we're going into drawdown, but you starting to panic. You're like, oh, this is a losing trade. We know, it's just pulling back, creating that wick, and then we'll eventually get the move. But if you don't like agree and understand the position, it's going to slowly but surely eat at you, and then it's going to lead you to just trading poorly.
Yeah, exactly.
Connor, did you break your Monster Money cup there?
No,
I don't know. We haven't seen it for a while.
No, I use it in the afternoon and that, so it's in the dishwasher now.
I thought you had maybe just got bumped it off the table or threw it at the wall.
No, I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that thing, like throwing something against the wall or whatever.
I've never like raged like that while trading. I've never like snapped a keyboard or thrown a mouse, or I'm not like a PS4 gamer that launches a controller time they lose that.
Bro, gamers are the worst. I've had friends flipping destroy shit from gaming. We were on, you call it VAC. It was December holidays, and we were at a friend's beach house playing FIFA, and then anyway, one of my friends lost, and he like fucking punches the wall, but it's because it's a beach house, the walls are like, they're not concrete, it's I don't know what you would
Yeah.
call it, but they're really thin. Fucking massive hole in the wall. Dumbass.
For a game of FIFA, bro, like the only time I've ever got angry playing FIFA is when you're beating somebody and then they quickly quit. Yo. Like,
Yeah, I see you do that with chess as well.
Nah, I don't do that with chess. You do that with chess. I have video footage of you resigning the other day while I was on my way to make my 7 queens.
Yeah.
Man was about to have a whole kingdom, and you were like, nah, not allowed. But then again, those guys that I do play end up making some queens, and then they're just moving their king back and forth like 2 squares. I'm like, what's the point there? Like, you literally have no material left on the board. Like,
Well, that's what I just resigned. I mean, what's the point? Levy says you should just play on, like, at this elo you shouldn't resign, but
yeah,
when you've got 2 pawns, a king, and then the opponent has like 7 pawns left, a knight, no, it's over.
it's over. Yeah, but I
Like,
think
there's
like
literally nothing I could have done.
if you blunder your queen in the beginning, there's always a chance that somebody at our elo is going to blunder their queen eventually. So I see his points of
Yeah.
like playing on, but in the end game, you know, when your one pawn is stuck behind the king and you've got like one diagonal, I mean, what are you going to do then? There's nothing you can possibly do.
Yeah, it's situational. Like, I think we two should really, know that deep into chess that, okay, like, I could bring this back, but at the same time, I think we have a decent understanding that, look, like, this is a losing end game. There's pretty much no coming back from this.
No, literally. Jeez, but bro, when you watch, I like that chess player, what is it? Nakamura or something. You know that GM? Hikaru, yeah. Dude, that guy makes chess look so simple, bro. I watched a video of him playing that new chess bot, bro. And dude, I'm like, how on earth does he even think about that? Like, what is going through his head? Like, how is he so good at it? Just his understanding and his way to like see the board and see what's popping. Like, he's even calling out the bot's moves before it made it. And I was like, yo, this guy's something else.
Yeah, I think that's also talent. Yeah. I believe that's a bit of talent as well. You have to be wired a certain way to be at that level.
But I think you also just have to get obsessed, bro. Like when it comes to things like that, like you get people that you just like, okay, cool, you could have all the talents in the world, you could be doing this your whole life, but if you're not obsessed, bro, like like for instance, when you log off for the day, and you're not playing back games you played during the day, or where you went wrong during the day, or you could have done this differently, you're playing it back in your head, then I mean, you're not going to get to that level. You're going to get good, but you're not going to get to that like GM level where absolutely nobody beats you.
Yeah. I was hoping for more this morning. Maybe we've just got a slightly steeper bottom wick on the daily and we start to push back up at London Open. I don't know about these sells. I think they would be very aggressive. Just want to be trading the trend here. So waiting for a support to form or waiting for us to break back above this 2044 level here on gold.
Holy hell, look at gold, eh?
What's happening?
No, I just saw you looking away from the camera, so I wanted to make you
Like,
like,
what the
what?
fuck? It's frozen your trading view.
Oh, dude, it's just joking. No, no, but toxic. Those people really do give gamers a bad reputation. Eh? But I also like watching those videos of traders raging. Eh? There's a few on the internet that are just gonna go down in the Hall of Fame.
I love the South African guys trading news. Fuck, it's hilarious.
Like last night when we were like, it's a sell, it's a sell.
You seen the one of
Remember
the
when
guy
that?
trading like 400k?
I think you said it to me, and you said
But the
this
dude
guy's not
is
having a very good day.
the dude is so casual. Like he just seems so casual about it. You can see he's upset. He's like, oh, fuck, man,
Yeah.
400k. But he's like almost laughing about it.
But I mean, there's nothing you can do to bring that back in the moment. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah,
he really does have like 400k laying around, like we'd have 10k. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just like,
yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He could easily have that just lying around to gamble with, basically.
yeah.
You
I
know,
just
but
don't
still,
trust these.
if you do it,
Yeah,
it's still like, fuck, 400k gone.
yeah, it's a lot there, sure. But I just don't trust these videos where like a South African guru is trading like 726 Rand 50. Like, you know what I mean? It's such a weird number. I think they
Yo,
blew the
nah.
accounts and then they've just now, you know, full margin that news and then they posted these screenshots like, oh, you know, can send 700 Rand, it's 35,000 real quick with gold with my signals. It's like, come on. I don't have 726 Rand just laying in a random account. You know what I mean? Like, it's
But
such
I
a
just don't
number.
understand the approach of like, if you've got money, if you are trading, why don't you just have a big account and compound it?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, dude, a lot of these guys are snake oils, they salesmen. Because they also know, like, with that
Snake oil.
marketing, yeah, a lot of people have like 1,000 Rand accounts here in South Africa. You know what I mean? Or they have $100 and now they're looking for this get rich quick. So they're not going to go and then make, you know, $500 on a $35,000 account. You know, they're going to put these 500 Rand accounts and show like, oh, you know, that's groceries or whatever, 10 minutes. You know, now you
Yeah.
can flip in up your way of living so quickly. And then the next Monday, they have a premium sale on VIP signals. Tuesday, they on sale.
VVV.
Wednesday, VIP signals exclusive. Come on. But the Forex space here in South Africa has definitely started behaving with right all around.
Hey, they've started behaving.
Yeah, with right all around compared to what they were a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Alright. Actually, I think I unfollowed that oak.
Unfollowed him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very big following, eh? I don't know where you found this oak, Jared.
On YouTube, dude. He comes up like quite a bit, eh?
Professional opinion never. I've never seen his YouTube.
Really? I watch quite a few of his videos. Eh? Like I put them on in the background when I'm doing something.
Okay, I'm gonna check him out. Yeah, I just followed him on IG a while ago, but Yeah, nah. I don't enjoy seeing this SA traders stuff.
Yeah.
Although I agree with what he's saying, like, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree with you. Like, I'm also, you know what I mean? It's not bothering me. It's not keeping me up at night.
Yeah. $15. I wish we could just fast forward quick.
But chat, if you want to fast forward, just pause the video and then just hit live in about 15 minutes and we'll be there for you.
Yeah, let's have a recess. Everybody go make coffee, do what you need to do. Got 15 minutes here. I won't be taking any trades before London Open. We'll see what happens here with gold. If we are closing bearish on the hourly like this, look, there is clean traffic moving down here, about 50 pips. Another interesting point is we are back below these previous highs at 2045, 2046. So if you just look at it from this perspective, we had resistance here. Essentially had a fake out, broken back in the range, and you got clean traffic to the left here. So we could see those sells at London Open if we are setting up. Yeah, I'll just see. I'd like to maybe see a nice top wick on the new hourly at London Open. Another thing is here, DXY, looks like we are seeing some reactions to 101. Like I say, this is a very key area. If we're seeing demand step back in here, then we could definitely see further downside on gold after tapping into these highs. But I believe that this sentiment is holding strong still. And I could definitely see continuations back up to yesterday's highs. So for sells, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. If we close bullish here on the 30-minute, back above 2039, I could even look at the bars coming into London Open there. Keep in mind, on another broker, there was a gap here on the daily candle open. So we've essentially just come back to fill that gap and created the bottom wick on the daily candle. So if we are finding support, like I say, we could easily move back up to the highs. So if we can get a nice strong 30-minute bullish closure, I would like to see it a little bit stronger than this. I could look for the bars coming into London Open. Otherwise, safer bars above 2044.3.
I don't know if it's a concern for you, but it looks like the 15 doesn't have a bottom wick.
I'm not too concerned. I'll be conservative with these buy ideas down here. I'll wait for a nice bottom wick on the new hourly. I'm not overly eager to take the bars down here. Like I say, if we get a nice strong bullish candle closure, could potentially look for those bars, but this is quite aggressive down here. The safer bars would definitely be above 2044. But I'm kind of seeing this as a fake out of the support here. We're closing back in the range. We've essentially just made a steeper bottom wick on the daily. GJ. So GJ just dug a little bit deeper into this area at 168,800. Showing signs of rejection now. So London Open looks like it may be tough here on GJ. So if we are closing a weak bullish candle here on the 30, strong bearish candle on the hourly coming into London Open, you do essentially have some clean traffic here to correct some of the move from yesterday. I'll be honest though, I'm not in love with this. I'm seeing 2035 as quite a significant level as well. Previous weekly highs, very significant level. Also a recent level of resistance from last night. So, you know, we could break the lows here at London Open, just tap into 2035, reject and continue moving up. I'm going to just stick with the trend here, no counter trend trade ideas. Doesn't look terrible, but I'm not feeling comfortable with the sells today. And I do think safer bars will be above 2044. So we've closed basically right at this level. So this could be support turned resistance right now. So I won't be looking for these aggressive bars right here. Maybe wait for 15 minutes. See if we close back in the range. Otherwise, safer bars above 2044.
The ranges are actually pretty big.
Yeah, they are decent.
We
should see some nice volume. Yeah.
Yeah. On the swing high, I'm at 2045 to the lows now. It's like 87 pips. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Like I say, we could very well correct this move from yesterday. Looks like dollar is holding this 101 level. So we could see further profit taking on gold, sellers stepping back in, further moves to the downside. But like I say, just personally, I'm not really in love with this today. GJ closed above that level, so no immediate sells here. In fact, we could even have just grabbed some more liquidity there to possibly move up now at London. Bars here, when you're really interested in the bars once you break this resistance. JP Morgan says they see a cut coming as early as December. Rate cut. Obviously, that's just speculation, but could obviously feed into this bullish sentiment here on gold. We saw that through last year, as the speculation picked up of the Fed pivoting, led to more demand on gold and US equities.
It's really a quiet morning, eh?
I'm watching the Sukari reel.
Oh no, geez.
Holy shit. Fuck. I'm sure there was a game where he pre-moved every move against Magnus and checkmated him.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. It was just editing. It was fake. He watched the video himself on one of his streams and then said, no, that never happened. It was I did pre-move a game, but it wasn't against Magnus like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Magnus would crush it there. Like
Dude,
I'm confident, bro.
Yeah, no, Magnus is obviously the GOAT,
He's the GOAT, bro.
Hikaru is like, so Magnus is like Mayweather, Hikaru is like, I don't know, I want to say like Canelo.
Yeah,
He's
actually.
like really up there, but the thing is, Magnus can beat, Hikaru can beat Magnus. So obviously just depends on the day.
But that's how they play so many games though. Like even, I don't know if you've been following this current World Chess Championship. They play like 14 games.
Yeah, that's wild.
So they play a ton of games, dude.
I'm just picturing days that I've got into the cells, knowing that higher time frame we are bullish. We got to break even, secured like 15 pips, and then it reversed later in the session. I can just like visualize that happening. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I came in today with a bias. But if we do see rejections off of 2035 and we come back bullish, we'll know that at that point patience paid.
I think we just need to create some more structure, get some more candles, maybe even close on the weekly, see how those obviously set up, and then take it from there. We don't need to be forcing trades now after such a hectic meeting.
Bye, GJ. Yeah, we had a very nice area of demand here, but need to wait for confirmations. You're essentially in the middle of a range right now. Maybe at least wait for the candle to close. With the way we rejected here, I think for the session I'm going to just write off the potential sells. Stick to these buy ideas, see if we can break above 169.350 on GJ. Got an alert set, so I'll just see when that alert comes in. Even if I had taken those sells on the break of previous hourly lows, there's not a lot of range moving down to 2035. It's like 14 pips. So I'd probably be break even if I was in this position.
Oh no, if you took those aggressive sells in the break the hourly lows, you would have practically expected it to just drive. So any profit there would have been like, we just go break even.
Yeah.
So that would have been a very, very tough one.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would have probably have secured like 14 pips there, but I've moved away from those like tiny tiny positions. I've started to be a little bit more patient and wait for higher probability setups. I think this was quite aggressive, and if you were in here, you would have been expecting to drive, like you say. You're not really seeing that volume you want to see. So I don't mind waiting for a higher probability position, because if buys set up, you know, within this session, you could have really nice positions back up to the highs here. And if we are going to see more downside on gold, I'm sure just being patient, waiting for new structure, is going to give you higher probability and safer sells.
I could even see us tapping back into, I mean, if we really are looking for sells, I definitely think that you could go up to like 2050, you know, 2060, maybe even revisit the highs again. And then if you really want to get into a sell from that point, it makes a lot more sense than just selling the first pullback. You know, rather wait for it to come up. And, you know, obviously it's not something we always look at, but make a double top, or, you know what I mean? Like have that bounce off of the key resistance level.
I 100% agree, and I think let me actually pull up another gold chart here, and we can just break down the structure. Yeah, this chart actually has that gap, so you can see that gap was filled. So if we find support now, obviously looking to drive back up to the highs. So let's just look at the structure here. I'll put it on a line chart to make it even easier. Just using the trend line to help us visualize the trend here. So obviously we are bullish right now. And I mean, just using this trend line, we can see we are moving back down to the bottom of this trend line. You know, there's areas of interest here. That 2035 level is quite a significant level looking left on the weekly time frame. So we could easily now find support here, move back to the highs, if not even create new highs. But just for these buy ideas, you know, I'd be looking to move back up to the highs here around 2060. Once you get to 2060, if at that point you can see that we are showing signs of rejection, we are failing to create new highs, then you could be a little bit more aggressive with the sells. Other than that, I would wait for new structure to form here, wait for new lows to be formed, wait for a lower high to be formed. You know, you want to see that new structure coming in. So even if we do break below here, that's fine. I would be better off waiting then for another pullback, waiting for that new structure, something like that. Right now, I just think sells are super risky. And in terms of like scalping, you know, just looking at the momentum, price action, those sells made sense. But my gut is saying no. Obviously, dollar or DXY being at the lows here, 101, we are seeing a little bit of demand step back in here. We're seeing a move up with the London open volume. And obviously that could relate to further moves down on gold. But I don't think that's enough confidence to just jump into the sells here. I also think we had a point in time, which I've discussed very recently as well, where if there is economic uncertainty, we could even see gold and the dollar moving up in confidence. as they are both acting as safe havens. Although yesterday, if there were any scares with concerns to the US economy, which they did touch on some of the recession scares and banking crisis in the press conference. If there was any scares coming in related to the US economy, then obviously at that point the dollar wouldn't be acting as a safe haven. So yeah, so far we're holding this 2035 level quite nicely. If we could come back and flip bullish on the 30 minute, that would look great.
Rusty blob. How goes it, bro?
Rusty blob, what's up?
Some of the names on YouTube are wild there.
Just look at this shit. Market open 260 pips. And then within 2 minutes, you are back down 200 pips. That's crazy.
Oh no, that's wild there.
Look at the difference from all these other little baby candles here.
It just actually shows like when there's real volume in the market, there's volume. I mean, imagine opening a trade, being like, you know, take your phone call, coming back and 200 pips down, and you're like, yo, you blink again and then you're back at break even. You're like, huh. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Yeah, literally. Because I mean, like,
First
there's
trade
times
ever.
if I have a trade in and I look away, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, I have confidence in the position, everything, got my stop loss set. And, you know, you can look away for like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. I'm just set and forget some of the trades. You're not expecting it to just... But I mean, that also was at market open. That's not something we normally see. That's far from normal.
I was awake during market open, but bro, I can't even imagine those spreads. I'm sure
Sheesh.
you're paying like 30, 40 pips in spreads.
Easily. Easily with that move, bro. Spread's probably shot up to like 100 pips for a second. Yo, imagine
Oh,
if you had bar stops
100
here
pip spreads. Oh.
on my Forex funds, bro. You would get smashed. That's the problem with trading news. That's why I don't trade news. When I trade news, the way I go about it is I wait for the dust to settle. Then you don't really run the same risk of getting slipped. Obviously, if you have orders in before the news, you're very likely to get slipped. In fact, 99 out of 100 times, 95 out of 100 times, you'll probably get slipped. If there's obviously a lot of volume with that news coming out. But I really preach just waiting for the numbers to come out, waiting for the dust to settle, and waiting for clear direction. Even if that means waiting for the next 30-minute candle to close, next hourly candle to close. Then you've avoided those whipsaws, you've got clear direction, or you can identify then if maybe the news was neutral, okay, there was just a whipsaw, there's no clear direction, maybe I'll just stay out of this. Because you don't know when news will come out kind of neutral, like I say, where you could get whipsaws. So if you got bar stops and sell stops in, and you get that whipsaw, your bar stops get triggered, get slipped, you come down, your sell stops get triggered, get slipped, and now you're running in a massive loss. It's just a degenerate way of trading. Guys do it successfully, but I think one thing we need to understand is those guys also have more experience. There are times where, Jared, we used bar stops the other day before news, right? It wasn't that long ago.
Not. It couldn't have been very high impact news.
Yeah, no, it was something like jolts or unemployment claims. But anyway, it was some of this news that we've kind of seen very one-sided moves before. We don't normally get the whipsaws. We had pretty clear-cut expectations, and there was a very high probability the news came out that way it did. So we understood those probabilities, and like I say, the guys that are using these bar stops and sell stops with news have an idea of when it works best. If you're just bar stopping and sell stopping every news event, then you're gonna find yourself in a lot of trouble. Also, I wouldn't do bar stops and sell stops. I would just pick a bias. Okay, we look like we bullish here. Cool. Bar stops, and there you go. Either works out or it doesn't. But yeah, I really don't support the pending orders before news. Very risky. And you need to understand the risks, and obviously that depends, or your risk tolerance varies from person to person. But as long as you are comfortable and accept those risks, that's fine. Your 30-minute candle is about to close. GJ, very nice and bullish here. But I don't think we'll be closing above resistance. And that's fine. I think if we wait for the next 30-minute candle, we'll obviously have better stop loss placement as well. So let me just draw that out so we can visualize that idea. I don't want to take buys if we're not closing above resistance. But like I say, that probably will give us better stop loss opportunities on the next candle. Because this candle that's going to open now, we're anticipating will create a bottom wick. So there, something like that. And then if we can close above here, cool, something like that. Then the next candle, I would be looking for the bars. So something like that. And then that allows us to use previous 30-minute candle lows as the stop loss there. And you can have a much better risk to reward. So if we could see something like that here on GJ, that looks really good. Other than that, wouldn't rush into the bars here right now. Knowing GJ within 5 minutes, we could be back at the lows here.
GJ is a chacha thing, man. It's a chacha.
Based off the hourly, we grabbed some liquidity here before London Open, and we're seeing this nice upside volume now. Based off the 4 hour, I wouldn't be doing the impulse entry ideas here on GJ, but I could be a bit more aggressive and see that same setup I just drew out. If we get that setup on the 15-minute, maybe not waiting for the 30, but taking advantage of this volume on the 15-minute. I just think waiting for the 30 obviously gives better confirmations, safer stop loss. But it looks like there's a lot of volume here. So gold is pushing further down here. I'll just keep an eye on this. Yeah, here on GJ, there's a lot of range to the upside. So I'm going to be a little bit more patient for the entries and wait for a 30-minute candle closure above there. I don't think I'll take the 15-minute entries. And even if that means I miss this initial push up, then I'll obviously just look for the safer buys. I think patience will pay. Wait for a really good entry, and then we could have some very nice positions, possibly even back up to, you know, the highs here on GJ. Considering how bullish we are, we've had a really nice pullback here, basically like 50% of this move to the upside. Retested that 169 area and back above that level. That was one of the levels I was looking for pullbacks to, as per the higher time frame and weekly analysis. Lots of volume. I think if your 15-minute candle closes maybe above here, above previous 4-hour highs, then I could look at taking the 15-minute entry. So we have corrected this clean traffic here from last night's move. I'll still be waiting for a support to form, but not really looking great for this session. You already had some nice clean movement. We'll see if we get strong rejections here. Maybe come back bullish on the 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't see too much on gold right now. 15 minutes to go. I mean, sorry, 5 minutes to go for the 15-minute close. Not looking bad. So yeah, I mean, I just used this trend line to help us to visualize the trend here, and I wasn't too interested in the sells here on gold today. But this is quite a nice confluence. Looking to the left, 2031, also significant level here. These were our highs on the 5th of April. You can see even in this range here, that was a support area. So tapping into that level, could see us finding support there to continue moving up.
JJ literally respected that level that we had marked out to T at 168.758 there.
Yeah. Perfectly.
Yes, that's okay.
Dug into the nasty and rejected. So yeah, this 15-minute on GJ not really doing what I wanted to see, so going to have to wait for the hourly candle close, which is fine. Perfectly fine. Doesn't anyone trade SMC in the chat? Wouldn't you call this an order block right here? Let me just mark this up. Waiting for support to form. This is trading, guys. Waiting. 90% waiting, they say. Hey, what's up, Chad? How are you, bro? Long time no see. Everything's good, yeah? And yourself? I see you're still a mod. Been away from work for quite a while. Oh yeah? Getting back into it now? That's good, bro. Good to see you back. I think with trading, like, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But I truly believe that, you know, I'm of the belief that if you just persevere, you don't give up, you can succeed. I really am a true believer in that. But you need to learn to, like I was actually discussing earlier, you need to learn to think for yourself. You need to start treating it like a business. Treat every trade as a business decision and take it seriously. So I'm glad to see you back. You obviously are committed to the process, I know that. And for anybody else, that's a big thing, that commitment. If you can fully commit from day one, you'll eventually make it. But it's going to take time. It's going to take years. He looks so ripped. Where did the chubby con go? No, chubby con is gone. I don't know, he might be back with winter now. I'm not saying I'm gonna eat like shit. I'll just Probably start doing like a lean bulk. Put on some size, get jacked. What's up, Goblin? If there's no setups in the next 10 minutes, so if we're closing bearish here on the 30-minute on GJ, because I am favoring GJ over gold right now. Unless we see some nice volume coming into the upside. In the next 10 minutes, if there's no setups, I'm going to call it a day. Just obviously, you know, been really patient here, waited for the setups, and nothing has really come of it. Obviously, we had those I don't want to say that this was a sell idea, but we did have that move down on the break of those lows. As discussed, I wasn't really interested in that trade. I'm completely fine on missing out on that move. I feel absolutely nothing about that. I'm completely focused on the next opportunity, waiting for the next highest probability setup, and for me, that wasn't really in my game plan coming in today. So just patiently waiting to see if we form support. Otherwise, still could just wait for the safer bars above 2044, which could probably come later in the day. Yeah, GJ just rejecting that resistance now. Yeah, good to have you back, Chad. Peter. Welcome back, Peter. Good to have you here. Pretty boring day, you know. Sometimes I get antsy when there's like just absolutely nothing. Not to take a trade, but I know that there's guys here obviously watching, and you know, it's not always the most entertaining, and I just get concerned that guys get bored. But I trust that a lot of you are taking something away, and obviously you're more than welcome to ask questions in the chat whenever you feel like it. So the idea here is to provide value, and this is trading, waiting patiently for your setups to come to you. And look, if you've had setups that are part of your plan come to you today and you've executed, win, loss, as long as you manage risk, well done. But there's nothing here for me just yet, and if we're not really setting up in the next 6 minutes by the hourly candle close, I'll probably call it a day.
Yeah, no, but this isn't really entertainment, you know what I mean? Like, obviously we do have our laughs and everything like that, but
Yeah,
it's, you know, you can't entertain. Sometimes, you know, making money is boring.
yeah, that's true. You could say that. Good point. Yeah, do you want to make money or do you want to be entertained? Like, sometimes you have to choose. Everyone wants to be entertained. Nobody wants to be educated.
Big facts, yeah.
Can't add your pic to the thumbnail, you'll get more reach. I'll actually have a look at that. I'll have to go buy a cigar so I can take a picture. I'll remix the old thumbnail picture. Rent a Lambo for the big guy. Oh jeez, rent some chicks too. Chad, what the hell, bro? Goodness. Oh. I was going for like a more professional thumbnail look, you know? Just a nice clean design. Quite interested in the way we rejected the 2031.
Quite a sharp rejection, right? You didn't take that profit there, 2031. If you did take those sells, if
Pardon?
you cry.
Oh,
If you
if you didn't
didn't
take, yeah.
take that, even if you just went break even and left the run,
But this is what I was talking about. This is a position that I've taken on stream plenty of times. And it runs into a bit of profit. Secure like 15, 20 pips, whatever. Leave a runner. Okay, I mean 50 pips. That's something to shy away from for sure. But I've seen this time and time again, like I say, knowing that the higher time frame is bullish here. We just grab liquidity. And then when I walk away from the stream, we've pushed up like 200 pips. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling that today is going to be like that. And if I'm patient, then I can actually catch the move in line with the trend here. And if not, no trade is also fine. But this trend line, man, this trend line really like hits home today. It looks really good. Just so clear. I don't know what's going on with my streaming software. There's like a heart at the bottom of the chat today, like a reaction thing. It's kind of blocking some of the messages. Why can't we take a sell when it retests to 2039? Seems like it'll go to 2020. We'll wait for it to get to 2039 and see what happens. I mean, if you do come back up to 2039, 2040, and you form resistance there, then obviously, if that's the way you're seeing it, you can obviously look for those sells. Gold is obviously bullish, so NY we might see a setup, 100%. Yeah, one of the big things is the daily candle having no bottom wick, or that gap initially. I really like that we've come to fill that gap, but you don't know how deep this current daily candle's bottom wick will be. And like I said, it's also tricky now that we've tapped into basically all-time highs. It's very normal to see profit taking from these areas, but I don't see any reason to start looking for sells just based off those rejections. The sentiment that got us up here is still holding weight. If we are respecting bullish structure, form support. Obviously, it makes complete sense to look for the bars on the way back up to the highs there. As discussed, once we do get back up there, we show signs of rejection here again, you're going to have much better selling opportunities as well. Maybe even waiting for NFP to give nice confirmations. If you have a positive NFP, we could obviously see more profit taking on gold. So here, your 30-minute candle closed a bullish doji off of that key level 2031. It's going to be quite aggressive to take the bars off the rip. See if we get a steeper bottom wick. What did GJ do? Bearish. So closed respecting that resistance on GJ. Not loving that. Alright, so I'm actually going to have a bar stop here on the break of previous 30-minute highs at 2036.6. Safest stop will be below the lows, but that's about 60 pips. So I'm going to use previous 15-minute candle lows. With volume, I'm not really anticipating us to come back and break these previous candle lows. So it's about 44 pips at 2032 flat, let's call it. 46 pips. And then anticipating volume once we break those highs. So if we do flip back bearish on the entry candle once getting involved, that could be an area there to manage risk. going above 2030. It is already above 2030. As soon as we break those highs, I should be in. I actually got it at 36.45 on my broker. Obviously, just account for spread. The prices I give you are just trading view prices. Use at 130, that's fine. Give it a couple minutes. I'm not going to stick around too long if it doesn't get activated. Keep in mind it's the last hour of the 4-hour candle as well. Could obviously get a slightly steeper bottom wick on the current hourly candle, which is perfectly normal. One thing I was seeing here was this area on the DXY 101-300. Looked like we were having some reactions there, but we've kind of started pushing through that area. Obviously, if the dollar is moving bullish, you know, then we could move down here on gold. But based off the price action, based off the way we had rejections here, closed bullish on the previous 30, and like I say, just looking at the overall trend here, I would expect that bullish volume to come in if we break previous 30-minute highs. would definitely not be looking for sells in this area, that's for sure. You got the 15-minute candle closing in 4 minutes, so let's see how that 15 closes. That'll probably be a deciding factor.
Let's get this push going. Am I allowed to sing now that we're at 2035? I'm still not.
That is only yesterday. I think now you can sing only at 2050.
See, I don't like terms and conditions there.
When you can sing depends on market conditions.
No, I think it's about how many pips we can profit.
Yeah. Actually depends on structure. Just like a stop loss. You know what I
So I'll be
mean?
back in 2 seconds. I think somebody just knocked on my door. Shit, I'm going crazy. Yeah. Just
Is it?
hearing shit today. What even is Trading Central? Sounds like a load of crap, man.
Sounds like Comedy Central.
Yeah,
So I don't know what it
something
is.
similar.
Never heard of it. Can't speak for something that I don't know.
You're a better person than me. Yeah.
But I mean, if they say that gold is going up above 2030 and we're already above 2030, that's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Are they doing like a simulation or what's cutting?
That's the best analysis you can hear. Gold's going above 2030. Wait, it's already above 2030. Exactly.
Guys, today, targets for gold, we're going to be above 1600. Cool. Everyone on board with that? I think we should all agree on that one.
Wait, where's your target?
Above 1600.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Just above it. Could be anywhere above
no,
it.
that makes a lot of sense. That's a very good target. I don't know how I haven't thought of that.
Above 0.
No stop loss gang. Have you checked in on your friend?
I don't know what to say to him.
Just making sure he's alright.
I don't know what to say to him, bro. I actually sent him a message this morning. It didn't go through. Fuck.
Yeah. That's not a good sign.
I hope he's okay. Maybe I should give him a call.
Yeah.
He did send me a message this morning. He says, yes, bro, gold fucked up a lot of people.
No, it didn't.
Not really. I mean, fuck my feelings.
The classic, it's not just me, it's us.
Yeah. 15-minute, yeah, close bearish. Not ideal. Going to delete the bar stops. I could see if we break those highs that we could obviously move up. The idea here was based on the 30 minutes. Your current hourly is just creating a steeper bottom wick. So on, but the timing for me is also getting a little bit late. I don't like to trade too close to the 4-hour candle close. So I have deleted my bar stops here. And that's my morning. No trades. Very slow day. Not necessarily slow, just no setups here for me. I think New York session should be good today. But also not expecting too much. Obviously tomorrow's NFP as well. We've already had a massive move here. So we could even see, you know, after we've had this pullback, we may even see some ranging between 2030 and 2045 leading up to NFP. Then obviously if NFP is bad tomorrow, we could easily revisit these highs. If NFP is good, then obviously we could see some further profit taking from the highs, sellers stepping back in on gold. But that's going to be the morning. Gold just pulling back a little bit deeper here. GJ in a range. Cool guys, see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Thank you for joining today. Peace.